Hey, how's it going, guys? Zimzilla and 99 back again once again. Thank you for anyone who is joining in. As always, when we get these streams in order, the best thing you can do is not only hitting the like button, but also sharing around the stream link so people know to drop by and enjoy their time here. So, what's on the topic docket tonight? Outside of doing a small little look at the a comment I got from the last stream, I'm also going to be doing another debate. It's Fred related, as it seems to be the case always. I've got two other debates on two different topics down the line, but since 98 debates are the easiest to kind of get a hold of at the moment, those are the debates that we're just kind of getting as I talk with the other two to sort of get those times in order for those people. And looks like we've got some people in the stream. I'm happy for y'all that are here. And in the meantime, what I will do is I will send the other person the link. And as they kind of get ready, I'm also going to be discussing the other thing that I wanted to discuss. So let's get into it. Share. So, yeah, a lot of people did not like the last stream I did, specifically a friend of the person who I had done the stream on. And Rick Raptor, it's actually really interesting because I've actually watched his content before in the past. I don't have any strong opinions for or against, but it is definitely interesting that someone with over 25,000 actually took the time to write this whole thing. And I responded as honestly as I could about the discussion. And I think really the only thing I can say on the topic is if either of them want to clarify anything they have to say, then I have no problem actually talking about it in greater detail. So that's kind of it. I think the main issue that he had with the video was primarily that I was being bad faith about it because of semantics. The issue I have is that if someone is going to be semantical or use language in a certain way, that I think they should be beholden to the language they use. It's important to some degree. I think in debates, it's a lot easier because you don't have to worry about like misspeaking because you can clarify statements. But when you make a video and you plot it out, you have a little bit more responsibility on your end to kind of think before you speak. And because of that, I think that there's certain things that he said that I feel are more important than he gives him credit for. And when it comes to what he feels was only 10% of the commentary on how something is different from Godzilla, the interesting thing is that I'm not surprised he feels this way because most of the points that could be gleaned from that video to actually transition into a direct discussion about designing Godzilla is of actual like importance was very, very minimal. So I think it goes without saying that I guess he got it right on the money when it came to what was actually being discussed. But it looks like our guest has come in, so I will add him to the stream. Welcome. Hello.
What's up?
Nothing much. Do you want to just let everyone know who you are?
Uh, nah. My name is JT. I'm just gonna use my nickname and stuff like that.
Okay. And we're going to be discussing Godzilla 98 as per usual on the channel. So, as usual, I like to have people who come on give their premise first, and then I will retort and we can go from there.
All right. Okay, so I wanted to start off this question with what makes Godzilla faithful to you? So let me get that out.
Okay, so what makes Godzilla faithful to me? I would say that there are a lot of factors that make Godzilla faithful. Design and characterization would be like those first few. However, I think the main bar of entry would be what I consider to have, at least in some way, shape, or form, a relation to nuclear energy, having at least the minimum of attributes to the first incarnation. So having the atomic breath and immunity to conventional weaponry, which means that can Godzilla be killed? Yes. However, that should be either at the cost of creating another super weapon on par with that of an atomic bomb, any kind of mass chemical weapons, bioengineering, stuff like that. and have an
Okay.
underlying thematic element. So it can be a number of things, at least. Force of nature can be one, antagonistic victim of tragedy, a loose allegory for something, or an allegory as like a destructive entity or as man's recklessness would be the things I'd think of.
Okay.
And the reason I think that is because almost all Godzillas can fall under that category to some degree, while 98 does not. And any adaptation that would have been made instead of 98 follows them closer than 98 does.
Okay. So you say that basically Godzilla should be killed by a powerful weapon,
I'm not
and
saying that
that
he needs to, but he can be.
I'm
So
saying,
if
yeah, it can't be. So like, okay, so this is what I'm getting at, because um the thing is that if you take the anime series once, Godzilla's been killed by Godzilla, the anime series, Godzilla has been killed by, well, almost killed by poison,
with
chemical,
the animated
biological
series,
weapon.
so
Yeah,
we
the
talk
anime
about
series.
GTS in this case.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
So basically, biological bomb, that little spray thing that sprayed him,
so a
and
chemical weapon.
yeah, chemical weapon, and also military fire has also hurt him. If you take episode one, if you look at the scene where they fired,
I would say that in that case, that is fine because again, he's still younger at that
yeah,
point
but he's
in
still,
comparison to
yeah, but
he's still
okay,
growing, and also further on into GTS, we don't see him getting injured like that in the same
yeah,
way. So I
okay,
would say
because
in
that's
that
why.
case, yeah.
Mhm.
Not to mention any other time where Godzilla's close to death in a lot of cases, it's at the hands of another monster or at super advanced technology, i.e., camera winners, equipment, or the
Well,
chameleon.
Well, actually, that is actually false. If you look at the episode where Godzilla goes to Japan and there's a robot that he fought, it actually stopped missiles that actually knocked him out unconscious or put him
Well,
out
did it
for a
kill him
minute
though?
of the
Yes or no?
episode. It didn't kill him, but it knocked him out. Didn't that?
Well, did it
Yeah.
again? It didn't kill him. That's the
But
thing.
you
Is
said
that
that you have a thing with Godzilla being impervious. Is that
not
correct?
immune?
That
So,
but
like, you can't kill
impervious, is that
Godzilla to
correct?
missiles. No, immune and
You
impervious are
can't
two
kill
different
him.
things. Yeah. So, did
Okay,
Godzilla die
so
to missiles?
did he die?
Yeah.
Well,
Did Godzilla die to
at that
missiles in that
point,
case?
no, he didn't die
Yeah.
by
Exactly.
missiles
That's
by
the
the
point.
anime series,
Yeah.
but
So,
he
like,
almost
if you
died by a
knock
weapon
Godzilla out
made
with
by
enough
humans.
well, no. Again, that's still a what's it
It's
called? A
still a
super weapon of some
bioweapon,
kind
but it was a missile made by humans. There's not a
that did
conventional
not kill
weapon,
him.
but it's something. It was almost killing him, did it
No, it
not?
didn't
Answer
almost
the
kill him.
question.
I did.
Okay, so
Yeah.
let me. I want to say if I could pull up a clip, I can't really do
Sure.
it like here,
No. You
but
have
it's.
to pull up a clip, and I will add it to the stream.
I don't think I can, because I want to say if anything, I could probably pull up a clip where they said that it's almost killing him if he didn't came with the cure to heal him.
It's
That
competition,
yeah,
right? That's the episode, right?
it it's not really
No,
competition.
no,
It's
no, no,
just
no, no,
that
no, 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 no. The episode. That's the episode's name was when he goes to Japan to fight Robo Yeti.
no, not that
That's
one.
the
It's
not that one.
no, it's it was the one where he fought the giant worm thing. It was like
El Gusano.
yeah, El Gasato, that episode. If you
What's
go to that
episode?
episode and you find that episode with
The
if you
Godzilla
skip to a
series.
certain part, yeah, if you skip to a certain part, there is a part where they said that he's almost dying.
So there should be this playlist of all of them,
Some of
and
them are kind of like Skippy, so you really have to try it.
I know it's one of the earlier episodes. It's not talking
Yeah,
trash. It's not DOA.
it's not episode two. It's
I wonder
probably
if
no
this
wait, it is
concerns.
probably episode two.
Is
No
it?
wait, three. No, I think it's
So is it
three because
DOA?
episode.
Is it DOA? Yeah, it is DOA.
Hold on.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. Well, let me also look it up so because I'm over there like all over the place and I'm watching myself anyway. So like, yeah, let me look it up.
If you're here, like, if you're watching yourself, just be warned. I just don't want any echo.
Yeah, that's what I was hearing. I was like, oh yeah, there's echo.
Wait,
Dang, it's taking
is
a
it?
minute. I
Are you
can't
talking about
get
this?
to it. It's
Wait, no, 1 sec. I just need to up the volume a little bit.
oh dang it. Hold on. I'm on the sequel thing because I actually want to bring that up too. Anime series.
Oh, the one with the chemical the chemical missile, right?
Yeah,
Let me bring up the clip right here.
the bio weapon.
Yeah,
Because
the
he said that he
bioweapon.
has to
So
be killed. Yeah, he said that has to be
yeah,
killed by something
I
that's
can
way
that's
more
fair enough.
powerful.
Like a bioweapon, That's
Yeah,
also
that's like that.
that
So
falls
my
within line. Yeah.
okay, so my also
Just
opinion is
for anyone
that
on one sec, I want to bring up to everyone on stream. Okay, we're stream reception. You all see this, right? And I'm sorry about the quality, guys. Obviously this on YouTube, so it's gonna be yeah. So of course, like symbol right there. So
uh,
yeah, so it's a bioweapon. Okay, so my point still
all
stands
right, so
there.
okay, but you said it has to be by something much more deadlier or something like that. Not really has to be, but it has to
Again,
be somewhat
unconventional
on
means
level
so
of
like no missiles
yeah,
should
I
be
know
you shouldn't
that.
be able to
I
kill
know that
Godzilla
like
missiles, tanks, etc. But like if you're using
hmm
something that's unconventional, so like using poison
but
gas to target
all
it
right.
biologically, oxygen destroyer, of course, any
Mm-hmm.
kind of special missiles, so like freezing agents, so Super X makes sense, cadmium, all that
Mm-hmm.
falls in line. That can hurt Godzilla, like you can see him roar in pain, but you should not be
Uh-huh.
able to throughout an entire film see him get whittled
Okay.
down by regular missiles, kill him, and then he dies. So
Okay,
like,
so I would hold on, let me just get this point out. Okay, so I
yeah, no,
would
it's a
have
good
to
point.
say that it's not through the whole film he's getting hit by missiles. He's mostly dodging and getting out of the way of them.
Yeah,
The
but he's
only time he
still
gets hit by but
oh, can finish your
hold on,
point
let me
though.
get the point. Yeah,
Yeah.
let me get the point. So basically the only time he gets hit by missiles, and I would have to say this, is at either at the water which knocked him out, which was obvious. Okay, he fell down in the water, he didn't die and this it has to be at the last point of the film. Now, my point is that the reason why they did this is to set up another Godzilla, which was the baby at the end of the movie. Now, my point is that Toho does allow that their Godzillas be killed in any sort of way to the filmmakers. Now, the reason why I back this up is if you look at the Heisei movie when they went to the Godzilla versus King Ghidorah, they get rid of the first Godzilla, the Heisei version of Godzilla, right? And they
Mm,
take him out of the
do you
equation
mean
so
they
he wouldn't
kill
get
him?
radiated.
No, okay.
They didn't kill him, but they
Well,
took him
no.
out of the equation, not
Well,
make him
it's
Godzilla and taking him to the bottom of the ocean, which is
well,
technically killing
technically
him
they didn't
because
really.
he's drowning.
They tried to kill him. However, what we
No,
find
wait, do
out
you know what I'm
is,
talking about though?
yeah, with
You know,
Godzillasaurus. However, what they tried to kill him or erase him from history. However, what they
mhm.
ended up doing was just creating the Heisei Godzilla through an infinite
No,
time
that's
loop.
okay. So yeah, you're not you didn't understand what I mean about this.
Then why are
So
you
I'm
trying to
saying
say
that
that
okay,
they tried to kill him? Because that
because
Godzillasaurus never died.
no, I'm talking about the Godzilla that they took right here, right? When they told him that you had to go back in time to
Yeah,
take this
Godzilla versus King
Godzilla,
Ghidorah.
and yeah, basically, yeah, not give him that. So they didn't birth him. So anything else, they killed that Godzilla off
No, they never killed
with
that Godzilla.
Godzilla. Yes, they did, because if you
No, they
look at the
didn't.
movie, they shot him. Okay, you want to play a clip where the military shots Godzilla, he's
But no,
bleeding
you
out, and
realize
he's dying?
that. No, you do realize that that Godzilla did survive, right? Because
Is not
that's the
surviving
same.
because they took him out from the past and put him in the water. So they didn't kill him
No, they
just
didn't
that
put
one
him
way.
in the future. They put him into a different point on the planet, which is what caused Godzilla 84 to
Dude,
appear.
not really. If you watch the movie, they took him out of the time period
No, they
and
say the
put him
dinosaurs are
into the
immobile,
ocean.
and yeah, they put him into the ocean in the same time period.
Okay, but the
So that
ocean, the time period, is not happening at this point in time because if you go back to the past of the first of that movie, it's in the same time that God, the original Godzilla was
well, no,
created,
because they're two
correct?
different monsters. The fact the
So if they're
Futurians
two
believe
different
that.
monsters,
Okay,
okay, but
what are
they're
you gonna
two
say?
different monsters. They're not the same Godzilla then.
Yeah,
So this monster is a new Godzilla,
yeah.
and the old one is not a
No,
dinosaur. Is
by
that what you're
old
trying to say?
Godzilla, what do you? No. So by old Godzilla, which Godzilla do you mean? 54 or
I'm
84 in
talking
that
about
statement?
in I'm talking about in this like the Heisei timeline. The
Yes.
original
So
Godzilla was
no.
made
You do
by
realize that the
basically
54
nuclear weapons.
Godzilla, the 54 Godzilla is still in that timeline. That Godzilla's already dead because they assumed
Yeah,
that
he's
when they moved
dead.
the
But what
dinosaur,
did
yeah.
he die
No.
from?
Could you let me
But
finish?
what did he
From the
die
oxygen, from
from?
a chemical weapon, the oxygen destroyer.
Not this in this Heisei, not in this like timeline, not in the Heisei
No, in the
timeline. The
same.
original
Yeah, no, it
Godzilla
is the
did
same
die from,
timeline. Yeah. No, because remember,
but
what did
it's
they try to?
but they're not
No, can you
following
please let
that
me finish? Can you
timeline.
please let me finish?
All right.
What did they in Godzilla versus Destroyer? What did they try to
Mhm.
resurrect? What did they try to use again to kill this Godzilla?
They tried to kill him with the oxygen destroyer,
Yes.
which didn't work. It made destroyer, but I'm not
No,
talking
it
about
killed Godzilla because
that
remember they say
timeline.
because remember when
Mhm.
what's his name Guy from Godzilla 54, the young kid
I'm
from
about to
Odo
say, dude,
Island.
you took what I was trying to say from this point movie and you're switching it to another time.
No,
You
no,
switch it to
no.
another
There's the
movie.
same timeline. So, like, why are we saying that
This
this
is
is
the
from a
same
different movie?
timeline. I talk about the timeline in this movie where they took the Godzilla
No,
out
so
of there.
oh,
They
so
took the
you okay? So
dinosaur and they put
you're
him in the
under the
water.
no, wait. You're under the impression that Heisei 84 to Biollante is a different timeline from post King Ghidorah.
I'm
Is that what you're
saying
telling me?
that this Godzilla from the first two Heisei movies, before the King Ghidorah came in
Hmm.
and fought Godzilla, where the original Godzilla from the Heisei, that timeline,
Oh, that's
Heisei
what impression
Godzilla
you're
was
under.
that.
Okay. So yeah, no,
Okay, so
that's the
what I'm
same
trying to
Godzilla.
say,
That is the same Godzilla.
yeah,
Yes.
okay, so then they went back in time, correct? They went
Hmm.
back where
Yeah.
the war was happening between
Yeah.
them, and Godzilla came to save the Japanese forces.
Yep.
And the Godzilla source was getting shot, by missiles, guns, and stuff like that, but it wasn't
Hmm.
dead. It was slowly dying. So what
Yes.
they did was they took this Godzilla and dumped him in the water, stopping him from becoming this
No.
Godzilla.
It's the same
So
Godzilla
if
in
anything,
'84. That's
it's the same Godzilla, but I'm saying that this is now what they're saying it's a new Godzilla. They didn't say it's
no. When they
Godzilla from that
no,
past
because
coming
here's the
back
thing
here.
though, is that when they think that for some reason they thought they had moved Godzilla from history. However, if you look at the film, people still remember Godzilla, and they also
Yeah,
still remember the
because
location Godzilla was moved to. People even who didn't go to the past. And even if you look
well,
at both, even if you
yeah.
look at before Godzilla versus King Ghidorah, like before the events of that
Hmm.
film happened, they were losing track of Godzilla in Godzilla versus King Ghidorah and in Godzilla versus Biollante. So the belief was that
Okay.
for the humans that Godzilla had been erased from history because they lost track of him in the sea. However, he
Hmm.
was at that location again, which is why he was then able to absorb that nuclear energy, which is then causes him to get bigger. So it's not a different
Okay.
Godzilla; it's a Godzilla absorbing more radiation to get stronger. However, that obviously
Yeah, which
point to
but
that.
is it anything? But if we're going by the context of the film and not by your logic, the
No.
context of the film is saying that
That's not just that's the context of the film as well as
yeah,
external
but in the
material. Not
film
just
they do
one
state
sec.
that this is a new Godzilla.
They
So
think
that's what I'm
it's a new
saying.
Godzilla. That's what they're under the impression of. Just because characters think
Hmm.
something inside the universe of a film does not necessarily mean they are right about it.
But that means that it's the staple of the film, right? That's what you're saying that Godzilla can't be killed because of all these other films. He couldn't be killed by military weapons. But
And
if
he
they
doesn't
did
die
this
though. That's the
and
thing
he's
though.
died, but saying
He,
still, if he's still
again,
down
he
the
one
water
sec.
dead and he's coming back to
Except no,
life
he
by
didn't come back to life.
radiation,
He was
okay, so
mutated, so
then
therefore he's
why
still
is
alive.
Godzilla not moving in this water? How come this Godzilla didn't get up at the
Because he's
source and
mutating,
try
and
to
not to
fight?
mention one sec.
But
I'm
this is
gonna bring up a
before. I'm
video.
talking about okay, but saying this is before the
Like we're gonna watch
radiation
something
bomb,
together,
whatever,
okay?
and stuff like that.
One sec.
All right.
One
Okay.
sec. We can do you want to watch the D-Man one or do you want to watch the Wookiezilla one for this?
I'm not going saying that. Let's not watch other people's interpretation of the
No,
scene.
these
Let's
aren't
watch the
interpretation.
actual
These are
scene
things
from
that
the
are
movie.
supported by the films themselves.
Okay,
So
but this is the thing. If this is a film, they could always change it. That's what I'm saying. Because
are you so
misinterpretation.
wait,
Remember,
no.
these are people interpretation of
No,
what
these
the
aren't
filmmakers
interpretations.
say.
These are people who also work on it. So it's not like an
So
interpretation where
okay,
I have an opinion
so
on
then
something. So
all right, so then
it's
let's
so
watch Wikizilla then, because I know I
okay.
watched that video. So let's watch it.
You already watched the video?
All right.
Oh, so then you know what I'm talking about. So then why are you saying that it's just an interpretation and not something that's substantiated
Because
by
I'm saying
fact?
that this is what I'm saying that always when you translate something from a different language, it always could get misunderstood into that type of language. So in this film that they said that when they said about another film that there's three stories that happen about the King Kong versus Godzilla scene where they fall in the water that both King Godzilla got away,
However,
Godzilla
we'll
was
finish
still
your point, but
asleep or
I'll
something like
expand
that.
upon that in a moment.
That's what I'm saying. All
Well,
right.
no,
Okay.
the issue with that is that when you're talking about that scenario, there is nothing
Mhm.
supporting that. So we can go into the
Okay, but this
original
is what I'm
stuff that Toho
saying.
talked
So,
about. We can look at for example, people like we can look at the film itself. There is nothing there
yeah,
that talks about the film
but
ever
there's
like having two endings, even
okay.
if people say it. But a source
Yeah, but
book.
there also is a sequel that does say that, oh yeah, Godzilla died in this movie, but he's underwater. This is Godzilla's element. How did Godzilla die underwater where he should have the most power into it?
Which one?
Explain that to me.
Wait,
So
when
there
did
was a
Godzilla? Wait,
sequel.
no, but
So
wait,
okay,
when did
so
Godzilla say he died? When did they say Godzilla died?
okay, so if you look up a video right? There's a video by a dude that actually looked up the script for I guess a forgotten Toho Godzilla film. It's supposed to be
Mhm.
like a King Kong versus
Oh,
Godzilla
so
3.
you're talking about a
There's a
film that never got
script.
made.
Yeah, but you said it that, oh man, that we're not gonna go up against what Toho said. We're not gonna do that.
No,
We're talking
well,
about
here's
things
the
that
thing
work
though. If
behind
we're
the
talking
scenes.
about no. Here's the thing though. If you're talking about a film that never got made, therefore it has no impact on canon unless that idea is brought
It doesn't
back
have an
in a later
impact on
movie.
canon, but it does
However,
have
no,
an impact
however,
on what people are saying about it.
even yeah,
Isn't
so
that
people can
correct?
say whatever they want. That doesn't
So if
necessarily mean it's
somebody,
right.
so that's what I'm saying. So that's why I said I didn't want to pull out the video because there could be something that says that this is that, but then if every time you go deep into the history, it's something different. That's why I said, you know what? In the context of the film, that's what I'm gonna go by. This Godzilla is perceived as dead, even
Yeah,
though
but
they're
he
not
may be
saying that
perceived as
it
that, but
is
that
dead.
therefore means that the characters in universe are wrong. Simple as.
But in that interpretive universe, that type of thing, why are we gonna go to another video where somebody else could be wrong about that information? Think
Because it's an
about that.
external
What does that
source.
add to your point?
It means that therefore I have an external source
You
that's
have a
objective,
vital source
unlike the
from somebody
characters in
that
the
worked on
story.
YouTube behind that didn't was on that movie set. Is that
Well,
what you're
what's it
trying to say?
called?
You're gonna
No,
go, let's
so
go to
wait,
a
are you
YouTube video by
so wait,
somebody that
wait.
didn't work on it.
So no, so you're saying that someone who makes make talks about a script that has no impact on canon is the same as
It
a
doesn't have an
source book
impact
and
on
someone
canon,
explaining a
but
source book.
also if it is added into canon. Think
But it
about
never
this. Okay,
was. And
so
no, it wasn't added to
if it
canon
never
though.
was,
These
so
were.
okay, so let's say that Toho made that movie. Would you say it's canon now to
In
Godzilla being
term
killed?
so
But
in
think
that
about it.
case, no, if they do, possibly, yeah. However,
Okay, so why
did
would
it
we
get
add
made?
that to? Okay, so let's add that to canon. Let's say they
No, we're
made
not
that
adding
movie.
why are we adding this to canon
But
though?
let's say it. Let's because I'm saying this is Kong. Kong is not a greater force. He's another kaiju that is perceived as weak, right? So something
Okay,
that
so
Godzilla can easily kill. So Godzilla died underwater. Something that he's supposed to be a creature coming from that, as like a sea dragon.
so wait, no, are you saying
Why
that
did he
Godzilla
die by
can
that?
without a doubt like never lose underwater? Because
I
that seems
said
like
that
what your
he
point's hinging
obviously
on.
he could.
Because like your point doesn't really change anything. Godzilla could lose underwater. It's possible for it to happen. But let's watch the video. So, one sec. If again, so what's your take on that? One sec, wait. You still there? Nope. Oh wait, did he? Is he gone? Did he go? Guys, did the guy leave? I think he did. Wait, Yeah, no, looks like he did. Wait, we're gonna have to check. Wait, someone is going wrong. Could you add me again? Okay. Nope. No, guys, don't worry. He's asking for the thing back. Just reuse same. No, he did not leave, guys. Do not worry. Are you there?
All right. Yeah, I'm here.
Is your
Sorry, it
internet
was.
connection routed or no?
I'm about to say it's kind of like that, but I don't know. It goes in and out with me. So
Okay.
if it happens again, I'll just let you know.
Just use
All right.
just if anything, just use the link because it's not going to expire until the stream ends. So just
All
keep
right.
coming in and out.
All right. Okay. So I know I've got pretty off topic of what we was discussing. We discussed it Godzilla 1998. Okay.
Well, we're
Let's
talking about specifically we're talking about in-universe sources versus
Okay.
external universe sources.
So what we was going about that, I kind of forgot where I left off because I was trying to get back on the stream. All right. So what I was saying is that if we're gonna go off of people that wasn't at the movie set and just what their translation from Japanese to English, things can get cross-slated, which has happened a lot with productions and stuff like that, where somebody says something different language, people don't understand it, and
Yep.
what they interpret got wrong. So
Mm-hmm.
that's why I don't go off of those sources, because something can get cross-slated. It wasn't meant what this is, and stuff like that. So in case of my point, like, okay, this Toho's supposed to be like doing the world of Godzilla, and
But
that's
we
supposed to
don't
happen after.
really.
We
That
don't really
also
know
could
about
be
that,
victim
right?
to translation as well, so we don't really know about that.
That's what I'm
However,
saying. So that's why I'm like, I'm not going off of that because
the big
until
issue is
Toho
that we can
announces it.
say at always, oh, I can believe this, but until further evidence either contradicts or
The
corroborates
further,
my point, then we cannot say with
that's what I'm
further
saying.
points.
Because
So the reason I can support my point is because King Ghidorah and Godzilla completion books outside of the film, around the time the film was made, confirm that 84 and the 90 Godzilla from King Ghidorah are the same Godzilla, even though in universe
okay,
they think that
well, I
Godzilla
mean,
died and came back. So that's where I draw the line when it comes to sources. Unlike if, for
okay,
example, if they said if the sources also said, "Oh, Godzilla died. This is the second Godzilla," then I
okay.
would be more in contention with it.
So okay, so you got your source. I'm gonna let you do that. I'm gonna try
Mm-hmm.
to get out of this one. Okay, so if we're going off of that, and that's why I was saying that they always create a second Godzilla to get rid of the first one in any sort of way. That's what they did.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna go off to 1954 Godzilla when they killed him off due to a chemical bomb.
Mm-hmm.
That was it. That was supposed to be like the final, first or last Godzilla movie until they wanted to have a sequel, which
Mm-hmm.
they made another Godzilla saying that this is another Godzilla.
Mm-hmm.
See how they killed that Godzilla off, and then they brought this one in.
Mm-hmm. Are you talking
So
about?
for
So you're talking
me,
about 54 to 55 in this case?
yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm
Mm-hmm.
pulling this point. Okay, so that's why I kind of see for Godzilla 1998, they killed him off, not due to chemical bomb from missiles, because they wanted a real life creature, something that can live in this world and get killed. Now, for me, how that makes him my type of Godzilla is because he has more realistic qualities to him, like he can die, which would make it more emotional and
But
heartbeating
except Godzilla
because
could
we
still
don't
die
want
in the
Godzilla
original,
to
though.
die.
Yeah,
Well,
but
the
still,
issue I
Godzilla
have
could
is
die in the
that
original though.
well, yeah, that's the thing. So the reason why
Mm,
bringing back Godzilla from 54 to 55 has more significance, say, than the senior dying and junior hatching from his egg is because at the end of 54, when they say if nuclear tests continue, another Godzilla will be made, we still got nuclear test, and therefore another Godzilla is plausible and therefore fits thematically into the idea of what Godzilla
okay.
is as a character. And we
Now,
can say
this is
like,
where my point. Hold on,
mm,
let me get this point out.
go.
Now, this is where my point comes out because you said that it had to be nuclear testing. Now, Godzilla in 1944 was created by nuclear testing, and
Mhm.
you say that in the movie, not by America but French, which was a big problem with. I was like, why you switching the blame now?
I don't
But
know. Like, I don't think
I
it never was
never.
about blame, though. We'll circle back to the
But
blame thing because I've never understood why people think it was about blame, considering,
because it's like people always see that America always has to be 100% good no matter what they do. So it's like if they have a movie about them bombing another country, creating a monster
I
that attacks that country, it's
guess
like we create a monster that's now killing people and blah blah blah
the
blah. So
one thing
let's
I would
just
say though
discredit
is
it from the
that
movie.
considering if we're talking about Godzilla being more realistic in '98, wouldn't it be more unrealistic that a monster was mutated in '54 and a singular creature, not like a generation of them, but a singular one, was able to last
Well,
that
if you
long
say like something
generationally?
like that, I would have to say that there's other movies like that where they make creatures the size of like smaller, and even that it's created. But
Mhm.
there's also the legend of dinosaurs that lived in radiation and become bigger, like 10 feet taller than us. So if you look at that sort of situation, I would just say that Zilla is more like a dinosaur that has
Well, here's
been
the thing though,
basically mutated.
is but he's not a dinosaur though. We understand he's a lizard,
No,
and
yeah, we understand that it's a lizard, but
biomechanically,
also lizards are. Mhm. But
well,
also,
why
if
are you
you
gonna
look
say
at
lizards are related to dinosaurs?
I was gonna say lizards are related to dinosaurs. Sometimes are birds.
Very well,
So if because
very like lizards scientifically are very derived. Like Lepidosaurus
hmm
versus Archosaurs is very far apart. It's like, well,
okay.
the reason, like, for example, why we can't corroborate 100% why certain dinosaurs are feathered versus scales is because where dinosaurs sit evolutionary, being derived as they are,
hmm
but also being less derived than birds versus crocodiles means that we still have to make inferences versus what two derived species look like. So for a Lepidosaur
Okay.
to not only, well, outside just being irradiated, then has to develop a whole new system of walking and a body
hmm
plan that doesn't actually support its lifestyle. If we're talking about
Okay.
realism, though, there are many things that Zilla does and appears to be that conflicts with
hmm
what it could be in the natural world.
Well, actually, not really, because I actually kind of did a little research because I
Mhm.
knew this was kind of topic was going to be. So there's actually a lizard that can basically survive in cold temperatures.
No, no, no. I'm not talking
It's
about cold
called.
temperatures. I'm talking about
I'm
biomechanically,
talking
so like
about.
appearance. Like
Okay, so
it's
like,
no, it's definitely possible for a lizard to survive in cold temperatures,
mhm.
but
And it's
like for
also
example,
possible for a liver to increase and low decrease their temperatures. That's also a thing I
that is also
kind of picked up.
possible, but
Yeah.
again, what would a really aquatic reptile like
hmm
90 in this case need to develop a biology that would appear
Well,
more like a giant theropod dinosaur rather than a more semi-aquatic lifestyle that
I could
its
say
gene
that the
species
same
would
thing
come from?
about Godzilla. Well, I could say the same thing about Godzilla. What caused Godzilla to grow arms and legs and shoot fire?
Well,
Because it's
the only
radiation.
things that actually developed out of Godzilla were his skin, his atomic breath. So just the
And his skin's
mutilation
a top
and
breath. But then
power.
also that, how can a lizard grow to shoot atomic breath? If
Uh,
that's supposed to be a it's supposed to be like a creature that
well,
evolved,
again,
then
so
why
if we're
did
talking
Godzilla shoot
about
atomic breath?
yeah, so in Godzilla 54's case, that is still
hmm
symptomatic of him being allegorical as a character rather than just being an animal. And that's
But
what's
then if
important to
that's the
Godzilla is being
case,
a character, not just an animal. Because like
okay, but
we
then
can
if
also
Godzilla, okay, but again, hold
yeah,
on,
no,
let
go.
me let you finish your point because
No, no,
I'm
I'm good
talking
with my
over
point.
you.
You can go. No, you're good. You're good.
Okay, so basically, if you're going off a personality standpoint, Godzilla
Well, no,
1998
the
does
reason I
have
say that
personality because if you look at the movie and
mm,
kind of just slow down, like ignore the humans, you can look at Godzilla's eyes and see that he's looking at Nick in a clever way. Like, are you here to attack me? Are you here to kill me? What's
well, like
that
all
fish over
animals
there?
have a
He doesn't.
personality like that. Like
Okay, but then you saying
my
that he's
friend's
basically
cats.
going 100% full animal.
Well, again, yeah,
Godzilla
animals
98
have
would
a
have ran straight
anim,
to the fish.
animals have a personality to the point of instinct, so they're gonna act in ways
Mm-hmm.
that are intrinsic to their survival. Although there's things that animals
Okay.
do in situations that humans create that isn't necessarily quote unquote natural, but what they're doing
Okay.
is specifically all natural. Unlike in Godzilla in
All right.
54's case, where it's important to the character to act in a specific way because the point of the character was to embody a tragedy in that sense. And
All right.
even outside of the tragedy scenario, the
Mm-hmm.
character just through mimetic structure would then keep these traits as it develops and
But
evolves
then
and keeps being that
if
character.
that's the thing, why would okay? So if you're going off of that logic, right, and you're
Mhm.
saying that Godzilla, if without the atomic bomb, Godzilla would have kept on evolving to probably walking on land and shooting water,
No.
and
I'm
shooting
talking about just
fire.
character. I'm talking mimetically as a character, not evolution, because Godzilla didn't
Okay, so
develop
then
it out of just pure
my
evolution.
okay, so then my thing is that Zilla wasn't created out of pure revolution either. He's been nucleated, so he's been tested. So that means there's gonna be, you know, changes to his DNA to like make him bigger, make him more, more robust, muscular, fast, whatever you want to choose to call it. Godzilla 1998 has been mutated. He
Well,
is
he's
not
mutated,
basically
but
what you
he's
say.
still it's mutated into a monster, but is acting like an
Yeah,
animal. So if
because basically, if you look at it, monster is basically stands for giant, dinosaur, like creature or monster. Anyway, there's no specific definition of what a monster should act like. It's up to the people and the interpretation that it is. There is no definition, quote saying monster has to be this, and that. A
so
monster just
would a
has to
lion be
be
a
something
monster?
different. If you say it, yeah, lion can be a monster. They're big, they're strong, they can rip you apart, and they can eat you alive.
But they're an
What's not
animal.
scary
So
about that?
therefore, would
But
it
they're an animal. So again,
is it better than to portray a vulnerable animal as a monster or as an animal? Because
kind of yes,
because if the
because
point of Roland
basically,
Emmerich's story was to develop
mhm.
a sympathetic creature that's just lost in our world, but if it's going to act like a monster, then therefore it loses sympathy. But if we're designing a
Okay, so
monster, then therefore it
if you
can
go,
act in ways that are more like a
mhm.
monster.
Okay, so if you're gonna go off of that, let's go to a movie that I know you pulled up to somebody else that brought up that type of argument.
Mhm.
Godzilla, I think it was Godzilla 40. I think it's Godzilla 14,
Just
42
say
or
the
something.
title.
It was Godzilla, the one that had that Godzilla fall into a volcano. It was something
84?
before the Hate series. Yeah, that
Yeah.
one. If you're
In
gonna go
that
for
case, yeah.
that Godzilla is animal, but it's also
That Godzilla
dumb.
is still
He's
animal. However,
also
it's still acting in ways that are consistent thematically with what Godzilla should be, which is a gigantic
okay.
creature
So
that feeds
is
on
it that if
radiation.
that's the point? But then you feel
And
sympathy for it, though,
yeah,
right? Do you feel sad that Godzilla died in
I
the
can feel
volcano?
sympathetic to a degree. I'm more
Okay,
sympathetic,
so
for
then that's
example,
the
with
thing.
a
So
citizen of Japan rather than a
mhm,
than with Godzilla
giant
himself.
monster. Okay,
However,
so
the thing
then
is, the reason is that we can
mhm,
have that scene at the end of 84 that isn't lingered on.
yeah.
However, Emmerich wants to play with Godzilla being sympathetic, however, also forgetting how much property damage that Godzilla 98 does. And if we're
You
talking about an
say that,
animal,
but then also okay, but you also if you're gonna say that Roland Emmerich did lots of property damage because of Godzilla,
mhm,
Godzilla didn't really cause the proper damage, so to speak. He
I
was there to
mean,
facilitate, but it was mostly
he
the
destroyed a ship,
military,
he destroyed another ship.
okay,
His presence there
that
not
was
only like
holding
uprooted
fish, food for him to
his
eat.
well no his again that so wait, are you saying that therefore Godzilla would be bereft of any kind of blame because
But
he's
if
trying
you
to
say
eat?
that okay, so then let's go back to
No, because wait,
1954
no,
again.
because let's
Since
keep
no,
going
but
though. Like, let's just
okay.
keep going through this first, because if we're talking about another
Mhm,
thing that Godzilla does that isn't because of the military burrowing underground, so disrupting all of
mhm,
the traffic that's going to be going for any New Yorker trying to escape just randomly, and not to mention if we're
uh-huh,
talking about the shifting blame thing, we didn't cause this
mhm,
Godzilla, so technically everyone who is being harmed by Godzilla, whether it's that truck driver who got lifted up in the air, people getting stepped on, or even to a lesser degree, the French Secret Servicemen who were killed by the baby Godzillas, none of them can be considered at fault for anything, and therefore they are all more victims than a gigantic lost
okay.
animal.
So then my point to this is if you're gonna say that Zilla was basically like everybody in New York didn't cause Zilla to be made, we
Mm.
didn't make him. But then that could be same said for the Japanese Godzilla. Why is he
Yeah,
killing the Japanese people? They didn't make
because
him.
because
It's
again,
the
Godzilla in
Americans
that
that
case is
made him.
allegorical, so therefore it is
But then
in
it is saying, why is he punishing innocent Japanese people that didn't have nothing
because
to
he's
do with
not
his
punishing them,
creation?
he's acting as a creature for destructive purposes, but also
So then
therefore being
exactly the
allegorical.
same thing can be
There,
said for
no, but there's what's the
1998.
allegory behind 98 then?
He
What
was created.
allegorical?
He's been mutated.
No,
His
but
species died by human intervention.
his species is
His
still
entire
around.
species.
No, his
What
like
species still around? Zilla's Junior is the only
no,
Godzilla
no,
that's
no. I'm
left
talking
alive
about
at the
his
end of the
species
movie.
he originated from. Godzilla 98 isn't natural. If
Not
we're
in the
talking about a
movie's
mutation,
case, because in the movie's case, they wiped out the lizard. That's why you see that one zoom
except
in
that
on
those
that one
species are
edge.
all still active in the
If
world.
you just say,
Not to mention
but
the
then
fact that
Zilla's his
actually the
own
species that they
species
do
at that
come
case.
from shouldn't even be in French Polynesia to
Okay,
begin with. Again, because there's so many things that the film wants to do that are realistic, but when you break it
yeah.
down, they don't work. However, in the case of Godzilla and the Japanese Godzillas, or any Godzilla that's more
Mhm.
character rather than just an animal, you can excuse a lot of things because, well, it's part of the character. It's allegorical.
Well, you
Godzilla
shouldn't
54,
excuse it because if it's allegorical, Godzilla should be attacking everybody, not
and
just the Japanese people. He should go after America. He should go after
technically does
everybody.
that
Godzilla
destroy all
should kill
monsters.
a lot of people.
Well,
But
yeah.
that's not
However,
Godzilla, though.
certain
That's all
gods.
the other monsters. That's
No,
not just
Godzilla
him.
does attack other cities in other movies.
He attacks other cities because other monsters are there. He's not
What about
attacking those
destroy all
specific
monsters?
people. Destroy all monsters. Where is Godzilla transporting to
New York?
London, France, and
New
all
York.
this stuff
Yeah,
like that?
remember?
He's in
He's
New York, but
yeah.
he's not destroying every other city. He's
Well,
destroying that
we
part,
know
but
none of
he's
the other
not
monsters
destroying every
destroy
other
other
city.
cities. What other monster
Yes, they
outside of
do. If you look up,
outside of Japan, outside of Tokyo, and the monsters who appear in Japan, what other monster attacks
Mhm.
another city besides the one it got sent to?
Okay, so the other thing that you said, the other cities that got attacked to,
Yeah, no.
hold on, I
So,
think
for
Rodan,
example,
because Rodan flew
Gorosaurus,
to
no,
another
no.
city and
So
then somewhere else.
Gorosaurus, for example, Gorosaurus attacked London, Paris. What other city did
Uh-huh.
Gorosaurus attack besides Paris?
Well, let's say the Ghost attacked by other parents. I was
Yeah.
gonna say no, it's not France because I knew he appeared in Japan
No,
because they
he
were
doesn't.
collecting all the monsters.
No.
You sure about that?
Gorosaurus.
Because
No,
I think there
Gorosaurus
was a
does not.
scene.
No, Gorosaurus does not appear in Japan outside of the fight with King Ghidorah at Mount Fuji. The only monsters that attacked
Okay.
Tokyo
Oh wait, but he
after
did
the
come in
first.
there because he's attacking and stuff. So I
No,
mean,
no, no,
everything
no,
he's
no,
still
no.
causing damage in that
No,
city.
Gorosaurus attacked Paris. He never attacked any other city besides Paris when they were
But if
first
he's
deployed.
meeting up in Mount Fuji, he had to get there somewhere. He didn't
No,
just
the
magically
fight Ghidorah.
teleport it. Okay, so but then he has to get out of the water or whatever he came
Well,
from,
burrowed.
cross over there. Well,
Yeah.
burrow. If anything, he's still destroying stuff
Well, no. Do we
because
ever see
buildings
them
have been
destroy
kicked
anything else?
underground.
Because they
It
all.
doesn't mean that because we didn't see Zilla attack, Jamaica. We didn't see that. We just saw footsteps. But
Well,
everybody said
no,
that
yeah,
Zilla
because he
came and
wasn't.
attacked
He
him.
didn't go to attack Jamaica. He's just moving
So
for
then
food.
use your own logic against 98. If 98 didn't attack them, he's not basically hurting those people. If we didn't
However,
see
he's
it,
still
is
causing
that your
property
logic?
damage, even if
So
even
exactly
if
with
98 is not.
Gorosaurus.
However, Gorosaurus is also under mind control, so therefore it actually is possible for you to
It doesn't
assign
matter if
blame.
a monster is mind controlled or not. If it's still that monster doing it, it's that monster's actions. Correct.
Yes,
You
so
can't blame
therefore
that
it is
alien.
possible to attack Gorosaurus. What's the point you're trying to make?
Okay, so then you're saying that these monsters are mind controlled, right? You're
Yeah.
saying that basically because they're mind controlled, they're not in full control of their actions. But is that
No,
the monster still doing
The
the crime?
reason we brought up destroy all monsters is because you said Godzilla's never attacked any other cities, so therefore I bring up destroy all monsters. However,
Okay,
if we're
but then
talking
you're
about just
saying that
actions,
that's
if we're talking just
okay.
about actions, then
Mhm.
yes, all the monsters, even regardless of them being mind controlled
Mind
or not,
control.
they are still at fault for what they did, and therefore it is
So then
indeed
at
within humanity's right
1998,
to
he's
attack them.
still at fault. So
Yeah,
he's still at fault. He's
that's
hurting
what I agreed to.
people,
Yeah,
so he's still killing people.
yeah.
So
So
if
therefore,
anything,
it's 98
Godzilla
wouldn't be
1998
sympathetic.
still has full constructions to the original Godzilla. Even though we're not seeing it on screen, he's
Except
still
it's not
doing what Godzilla
allegorical.
do.
What allegory does 98
Again,
attacking
if you
Jamaica mean? Or
okay,
even
so
attacking
what does
fishing vessels
Godzilla
specifically in this case? Because unlike, for
fishing
example,
vessels is because it's bringing food. He's
yeah,
hungry.
again, but that's food. That's not
Eat it.
allegory. It's just like, oh
What?
well,
Okay,
that diminishes the point of the character because the reason why
but
Godzilla attacked
Godzilla
fishing.
attacked the
No, no,
ship
no.
that was crossing
Let me
through his
finish.
water.
That's so then therefore Godzilla is still more at fault for what he did, and just as much as at fault at 54. However, from a story
Okay, but
perspective,
this is
54 attacking fishing vessels in the first film is allegorical to an actual tragedy. So therefore, it is not only it's
well,
thematically significant, but also visually appealing that it does this. However, it's visually appealing that Godzilla attacks these ships in 98. but there's no thematic
Okay.
significance there.
Okay, so then if we're going off of that logic, it has to be allegorical. What is every other Godzilla film allegorical for if it's not to that bomb or that incident?
Not
Godzilla
necessarily
is
to the
saving
incident.
people,
However,
though. But
in
still,
what
Godzilla is
context is Godzilla
saving
saving
people.
people? Are you talking about
He's saving them from monsters, Ghidorah, Rodan,
except he's not saving
Paragon,
humanity,
other
he's just
stuff.
saving the world. It's very like,
He's
for
saving the
example,
world, but
no, the
that's
best
people in
example is that
humanity. If he's
no
killing them
human
all, if he
if you wait, so
okay,
if
but
therefore if you benefit someone but you don't necessarily mean to benefit them, are you therefore siding with those people? Like, for example, the enemy of my enemy is my friend scenario. Is that what
if you
you're
say
going
that,
on?
then yeah. But then also, if you're gonna go off of that, Godzilla has to be a tragedy. He has to mean something.
Not
That
necessarily.
every
I never
time
said
he
he
saves
always
something,
has to, but at least to some
so then that
degree,
has
as
to
either
work with
no.
your logic, dude. You
Again, my
have to
logic
keep the
does
logic
extend to this.
sane.
Let me finish.
I'm
So, for
saying that no,
example,
let's say
if
for
in
me that
Godzilla
always
versus
sticks to me.
Hedorah,
Okay.
because it
Mhm.
doesn't have to be rigid across every single film. So, for example, GMK, Godzilla is not related to the bomb in GMK, but he still works as Godzilla. Do you know why?
Because he still destroys people. He
No,
still
no, no,
has
no,
that
no. No,
allegory.
that
He still
it's
has
no.
that
But
mind.
what is the significance of the allegory that Godzilla represents in
Basically,
GMK?
he's the people. He's the souls of the people that were basically killed in that bombing. He's
No, no,
taking
no. It's not the
revenge
bombing.
on those people that
It's
died.
no, it's not the bombing. That it's
They
not
actually
the
said in the movie, if you look at basically everybody that reviews that movie or goes behind the scenes to read it, they say that Godzilla is the
he represents
spirit
he
of
is the
all the
spirits
people
of those
that
people, but you're
died.
thinking of the wrong event. What event are they referencing? Or not really event. What
I'm
events are
about
they
to
talking
say,
about?
well, I mean, if you look at the movie, they're kind of hinting to the first Godzilla movie because if you
No,
see
they
there's
are.
a
No, we know
background
they are.
poster of that.
No, no, no. We know they are. However,
So
what are the
then,
souls
in
that
my
this Godzilla is composed of? Where are they coming from? Do you
where
know?
he's coming from,
Yes, because they say exactly why this Godzilla has appeared.
basically, it's saying Godzilla's taking revenge. That's the only thing that
On
they
what?
said in the movie.
Yeah, no, but
On
what is he taking
basically the Japanese people, they're
for
taking
what?
revenge on those people that did wrong
You
because it has to be something about it. Because I don't really remember that movie really detailed, so
because
that's what I'm
it's
saying.
not about the
I don't really
bombs that
know.
he's representing. He's representing like everyone the Japanese army killed, not the bombs. So
So if the
it's
Japanese, so
talking about
wait, so
God.
you're telling me the Japanese people killed each other in this
No,
thing?
the people the Japanese killed during World War II. The film is about remembering the past, and Godzilla coming back is a
Is
visual
the
and
past,
physical
but he's
reminder.
also killing more people though,
Yeah,
if
exactly.
anything
Why?
like
No,
that.
but why is he doing this? What did the
So
Japanese do in
you're
the film
saying
that made them forget?
what? By not remembering the night of
Yes.
their bomb, the
No,
night of
not
the
their bomb,
bombing.
not their bomb. So, for example,
I'm saying, well,
all the
the
events
dead
they did in
for the lives
China,
of
the
people
war in the
died.
Pacific, all of that is what's fueling the Godzilla in that movie. Japan
Okay,
forgot
but
about its
then
war crimes. That is why they chose. That's why Godzilla returned. Why the souls are what caused Godzilla to come back. So it has nothing to do with the
mhm,
bombs. However, allegorically, as a tragic character or as an antagonist, Godzilla works in that context, bereft of the
okay.
bomb. That's what I'm trying to
So
tell you.
then okay, so I think let me just get you one more time. So you said that 98 is not oracle to anything, not an
Allegorical.
oracle to yeah, not an oracle. Oh, sorry, but okay. So he doesn't stand for like the point that he got mutated to
Yeah,
still bombs. Same
because
thing as
nothing
just being dead.
the
People's gonna
only
die
thing
and
that
stuff
yeah,
like
no,
that.
because if we, for example, if the film took place in French Polynesia, you could have a better
Uh-huh,
argument that he was allegorical in that sense. The closest this film gets to being allegorical is the French
uh-huh.
cover up, which is viewed as a very good thing when in reality it was a very, very bad thing. That
So
is
you
the
don't think
closest
that
we get to the
Godzilla
film being
98
allegorical.
okay, but then you don't say that Godzilla 98 is trying to make people remember the tragic thing that America did since he's now attacking New York City, which is in America.
Not really, no. Because like the
But he's
closest like
attacking New York
we'd have
people
to
that killed,
extrapolate a
that basically
lot.
destroying this.
Hmm?
But I'm saying, okay, so if you said that,
Well, no, okay, here's the
um,
thing though, because if we're talking about in
mhm,
GMK, there is a very huge culture around forgetting what Japan did during World War II, which is why GMK was
so would
significant.
America. So would
We
America.
what do you mean so is America? We
I mean,
talk
America
about all the
always
war
forget a
crimes we
lot.
do all the time. Like
Not really. So
On
okay,
Twitter,
so
yeah, on Twitter, on
well, I
forums.
mean that's
There's
just
so much
Twitter.
history.
Nobody. Okay,
There's so many
so if you
people
go,
either in an academic sense, like I mean, you're 18, so I assume like, do you talk with any of your professors about like American atrocities at all? Like
no, I
it's
mean,
something
well, I'm not saying no.
in the academic sense that is something that is discussed heavily. So like
Well, we talk about
there is
basically
no like cultural or academic censorship of what
no, but
America
I'm about to
has
say
done versus what Japan does when it came to what it did in World War
okay.
II. So that is why we
So let
can't
me
say that those are equivalent.
But no, because I'm gonna say, no, since did bring up like history, like everything, talk about like war and stuff like that that's happening right now,
Hmm.
and how America's not getting involved in it, but we're actually helping out in it in a
Yeah.
way that we're
How is
kind of
then
not. So
that's
then
far
after
away
that, if
from
you think about that, America's not putting the blame on the French for doing those nuclear testings. They're covering up as much as anything,
how are they
which is
covering up?
covering up the existence. Basically, okay, so in that movie, did they ever talk about the bombing that happened? What? How long ago?
The French
Did they ever
Polynesian
talk
test?
about
Yeah, they
it?
talk about it.
Yeah, like
They Nick
when in
specifically
the
brings it
film did
up,
they
and it's
talk about it?
so remember when they're on the plane and they talk about the trawlers being pulled under, and Elsie
Uh
thinks
huh.
it's an allosaur for some reason. I don't know why. But then Nick says he talks about the radiation. He talks about that area being host to dozens of tests, which is then what causes Godzilla to be mutated there in that context. So they
Okay,
do
so
talk about
then
it, but
in the
it's still.
film thing,
Wait, here's the thing though. It is a
mhm.
throwaway line because nothing else is mentioned to
So
that,
it's in
and
it
it
in
does
the
not.
movie. So it's interested in Godzilla 98. They talk about how this is the bomb, but it's a throwaway line to get to the bottom of what Godzilla is. They
Yeah, but
even
therefore
say
it's
in the
not. It
movie about his origin
Yeah,
being
but that
a
if
mix
that's his
of dinosaur and
origins,
sea creature.
well, no,
But that's in
in
its
the
origin.
film,
So if anything, why is the movie in Godzilla 98 have to spread it out through the whole film that Godzilla is this, Godzilla is that, Godzilla has to be this,
because if
Godzilla
the
has to be
film is
that? Because
realistic, then
if you
therefore it
do
should put in the effort to be realistic in that context.
same thing with any other Godzilla film, if it's
Not every
realistic,
other
it should
Godzilla
have
film.
those
There are
type of
certain,
things.
like for example, you don't
So
like
then
a
if
pulp
that you
film.
have
So
to
wait, no,
follow that
for
logic.
no, not always. So a pulp story versus a hardcore science fiction film or story. A
Mhm.
pulp story does not have to explain everything because that is not the function of a pulp story. A pulp story is to give
Okay.
you very fast-paced action, simple, not everything needs to be explained in detail. But if you are writing a hardcore science fiction story, then if you say, oh, this FTL device just works. You don't go into how it works or what it does or scientifically how this is
So
explained.
then
And therefore, it is not a
uh,
hardcore science fiction film. Same thing how in 54, as a film that is more allegorical and more pulpy, it can get away with saying, oh, Godzilla
okay.
mutated, this is that. But in a film where Emmerich wants to make a realistic Godzilla movie, just being as pulpy as other Godzilla films does it a disservice because if they go on to explain it, therefore it grounds Godzilla more as a realistic Godzilla film. But if you're not going to put in the effort to make Godzilla realistic in these senses, then changing the design, taking away the atomic breath, there's no point to take away these things because you
But then
think
if
it's very
that's
important to be
okay.
consistent. So therefore, if it's not realistic in these senses, why should it be realistic in others where Godzilla can't fire an atomic breath?
So if you are saying that it had to be like a Pulp Fiction, no, there's something called a loose adaptation. That means you take
If it's
certain
a
elements
yeah,
out
if
of
it's a
something.
well,
So
what's it
that's what
called?
Godzilla
You can do a
1998
loose
is a
adaptation,
loose
for example.
adaptation, like
Well, no,
other
here's
Godzilla films have been. It's
okay.
a loose
So I
adaptation
would
of
bring up
what the
a. Are
original
you
Godzilla
okay? So
was.
real quick, are you a Halo fan?
Am I a Halo fan? Not really. I
Yes.
don't play Halo.
Okay.
Sorry.
Do you know the context of Halo?
Nope. I have to ask my little brother that if I
Okay.
do play
So
Halo.
in the context of
Actually,
Halo,
you know what?
you know,
Hold on, hold on. I got actually a good example. Do you know Jason Voorhees? Do you know that character?
yes, to a degree.
Okay,
I'm not a big
okay,
Friday fan, but
so I'm gonna
let me
probably
finish
just
this
like
point.
give you like a. All right,
Because
go ahead. Let me.
so in Halo there's the Covenant and then there's UNSC. The Covenant's religion
Mhm.
states that they should light the halos and that brings them to heaven. However, there's a mistranslation which means that instead of reclamation, it meant reclaimers, and humans are the reclaimers of the forerunners. So
Mhm.
because of this, they commit holy war against the UNSC and they just want to wipe out all humanity via genocide. In the Halo TV
Okay.
show, which is a loose adaptation, just like Godzilla 98 is to other Godzilla movies, reclaimers aren't really a thing. There are only a select few reclaimers in Godzilla. There are only a select few reclaimers in the Halo TV show. And because of that change, because humans are no longer the actual full on as a species wide reclaimers of the Forerunner legacy, that gives the Covenant
Uh-huh.
actual justification for wiping them out and therefore creates a bad writing inconsistency because therefore you've given
Okay.
credence to your villains when in reality the point of their religion being wrong is because it is crazy and therefore you shouldn't commit genocide over mistranslations
Okay.
to your works. So creating inconsistencies like that, especially ones that damage the thematic underlining of your story, is important, even for loose adaptations. And if an adaptation is loose enough where this happens, it's very bad.
Okay, so let me throw this back at you. Okay, because you said that Godzilla is Oracle, Godzilla is this, that. What makes a good Godzilla movie is that he has to have these four things. Now, Toho gave Roland Emmerich basically a Godzilla Bible. I don't know if
No,
you
he
heard
did
about
not give
this.
him a Godzilla
And
Bible. What they did do
I said
is
Toho gave them is a Godzilla Bible, but
no, what they
also
did
you
do
know
was
that
they
there's.
outlined
But wait, let me
no,
finish my point.
no,
Let me finish my
what
point.
you
Because I
said is
let you
directly
finish
wrong
yours.
because I'm just
But
gonna say
wait,
this right
you
now.
let me. Well, hold
No,
on. Let
before
me finish
just
my
this is
point.
real quick because it's gonna underpin
Okay.
your point. So they did not give them a Bible. Everything what they wanted from Godzilla was detailed
Yeah.
in a legal document that was signed specifically
Well.
February 26, 1993. If you want, after
Okay.
the stream, I can actually just send you the entire document. It's 59 pages long, and it talks about what they wanted from
Actually,
Godzilla.
since that is your point is actually kind of wrong, so I'm throwing it back at you because
Do
the
you want me to
director
send
of
you the document right
2014.
now?
Wait, hold on. You want me to send you a clip of what the director of the 2014 Godzilla film said
Yeah.
behind the scenes of him saying that Toho sent them a Bible
Yeah.
to follow
No,
that
no.
Godzilla had to be
In
this and
2014.
that?
Yeah, sure. But I'm not talking about 2014. I'm talking about Godzilla 98.
But then you just said that. You
No,
just
no.
said
I
that.
talk
So
about
I just
98.
told you they sent Roland Emmerich a Bible, a Godzilla Bible, what he
Clearly,
has
they
to
didn't
be.
because
He said
everything
that
that they
they
talk
lost it. That's what he said, that he couldn't
he
find it,
said a
that they
lot.
lost it.
Yeah, but here's
But
the thing,
then
though. He
after
could
that,
say there's a lot of things Emmerich said that are contradicted later. So the biggest one
but then after that,
when
if
Dean Devlin. No,
Toho's,
but here's the
but
thing,
then
though. When Dean
still,
Devlin said that
mhm.
they were Godzilla fans, when in reality they weren't. There are many things that Emmerich said that don't line up. So I'm more inclined to believe Gareth when he says he
So
got a
then, okay, so
Bible
let's believe,
versus what
let's
Emmerich
not
says.
believe the directors then. Let's believe Toho, because Toho has to sign off on anything Godzilla, correct?
Yes,
So
however,
why did they
no,
sign off with the design and the story then if they didn't like it? Why did they
because
sign off
the
with the
film was
Godzilla
5
design instead
years
of
in
throwing it right back?
development hell, not to mention the fact that
Don't
they
give a
had waited
crap,
on for.
man. If you go to
So wait,
okay, so like
wait. Are you saying that because are you a legalist then in this case?
I'm basically saying that
No.
this,
Are you a
if
legalist? Yes
you,
or
no,
no?
wait, hold on, let me get this point off because you're
You
gonna
go.
try for all these things at me to basically get me off my topic and get
Go.
me
No.
off to
Say your
something else.
point.
I'm
Say your point.
so basically, they have a right to say, you know what? If anything, they already delayed this film like how many times because they didn't like the film needed more money. But after that,
Mm,
they delayed the Godzilla design that you posted saying that this is better than Godzilla 98 and
yep.
stuff like that, blah blah blah. So if anything, why if they're saying there's such a delay and they wanted to get Godzilla film out there, right? Why they passed on that Godzilla film that you said is basically to your quote, this is a true Godzilla because it follows the Godzilla blueprint, but they signed off on a Godzilla that didn't look like their Godzilla and didn't sound like their Godzilla. They
Because
still
Sony
signed
still.
off on that.
Yeah. No. Because
They
Sony
could have
also
just
had
told Roland
a.
Emmerich to follow this script and follow this design, and
No,
that's it.
Emmerich said
You have a
specifically when he
movie.
was when Emmerich was brought on, Emmerich said that he did not want to do it, but Sony was
So
like,
then,
no, we need to get
why
Sony.
did he
So
still?
Sony is at fault for
Then
this as well. Just let me finish. So
okay,
not to mention the fact that the agreement was signed in 93. It's around 97 at this point. So therefore, how long has this film been in development hell for?
basically, I was gonna say like probably like 5 months because they did two
Not 5
pieces of
months. I
film back
said
to
no,
back.
the agreement, the original agreement that Toho and Sony
Oh, the
signed was in
original.
93. It's 97 now, so it's been how many years?
Let's see. I'm really not really good with this type of math, man. Because like, now I was trying to really
93
like
to
calculate
97,
it.
so 4 years.
Okay, so 4 years they
It's
said
4
that.
years it's in
But
development
even
hell.
that,
They did not. So
so
Toho was fine with the idea. It was Sony. Sony thought that John DeMont was going to ask for too much money, and John DeMont kept
but
on
still,
lowering the
why
price
would if anything, if this is the right to Toho, they sign off on it.
because
Why
at this
is
point Sony
Sony
still
getting the
has a
final point? They should like,
yes, Sony still
well,
has say because they're the ones producing it, and they're the ones who are going to have to uphold most of the backlash, not to mention most of the costs. Toho accrues most of it. They don't really have to do as
actually,
much.
no. Toho recruits all of the money. That's been the thing
No,
with
they don't
every
recruit
Godzilla
all
film
the
that they
money.
made
If again,
nowadays.
no, nowadays they do, but not then because I can send you
So
the document after it. There was a certain amount of difference between what Sony got and what Toho got. So Sony did
okay,
have enough
so
say within what it was signed off on. And at this point,
okay.
once it hits 97, they're still in development hell. The reason why things like Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla
So
2
they
or
couldn't
Destroyer are the
cancel
way
it if
they are
anything.
Oh,
They
well, they
couldn't
would have
cancel it until then.
they were not able to cancel it. They would have just kept on canceling until they reverted the rights back,
But
and they
that's what
wouldn't
they
have gotten
should have
any
done if
money.
they didn't find it. If they didn't find it right, if the money is over a problem, they should have discussed it with Toho. That's what I'm saying. If
Yeah, I'm
Toho
not
still at fault
denying
for
that,
this
and I'm
because
saying
they're
that yeah, no, it's still an issue that the Toho executives did this. They're not
well because they
wrong.
thought about money, and
Yeah,
if anything, if
exactly.
you're gonna say it's about money,
Yeah,
yo,
exactly.
Godzilla
The
'98
executives were
was
about
a
money.
box
Yeah,
office success.
not
So
well.
anything, it was a
It
success.
made money.
It was
It
a success
wasn't
at
like a
that time.
success
Well, it
because,
was
like,
success
again,
enough to make a sequel, dude. Because there's a
well, not
script
a
about the
sequel.
sequel
Well,
that
no,
actually is
it was not
faithful to
actually. Well,
Godzilla.
no,
If you're
if
gonna
you
stay there,
listen to the Kaiji Masterclass, the reason they never got the
uh-huh.
sequel was because of the first film. The first film did
No,
not
actually,
warrant a
because
sequel.
Roland Emmerich gave up on it because he was like, you know what, there's too much backlash. There's all this other stuff. The
No, it
competition.
wasn't
So he
Emmerich.
actually quit
You
on
can
it.
ask. I can link you the person who wrote the script
Actually,
in his interview because
yeah, I already got this script. That's what I'm saying. I had the
I'm talking
script
no, the
to
person
support
who
my
wrote the
point.
script.
I know who wrote the script. That's what I said. I had it on my document. But
So you
also, is
have
that
no, so then you know that he has gone on record saying that the reason why the film never got made is because of the first film, not because of Emmerich not wanting to
it
do it.
wasn't actually being the first film because the first film made money. It was actually TriStar that didn't want to put more money into it. That's why it
Yeah,
became
so
an anime series. So if anything, if you're gonna say that Godzilla 1998, because Godzilla the anime series looks more like Godzilla 98, it's still Zilla because Godzilla 1998 was gonna have the same powers in the sequel. So if you're saying
no,
that that's not
it would have had
Godzilla,
different. Well,
actually
what's are you talking
wouldn't
about?
have.
Are you saying that it would have had the same powers as the movie, or are you talking about GTS?
It would have had the same powers as the movie and the Godzilla that is from Japan. Because I could read you a
No.
quote of saying
It
that
wouldn't be
that
the
proves that.
it wouldn't be the 98 powers. It would have been the GTS powers because they talk about the atomic breath in the script. So
No,
it
it
would have been
doesn't. It's
closer.
actually called as power breath.
Yeah, except the power breath acts more like the atomic breath. So
So that's what I'm
like,
saying. So if you say that if the movie Godzilla 98 had power breath, because you could see that in the movie he had it,
well,
and
no, he
that's
has
labeled in
power.
the
Well,
script.
again, when you look at the power breath in the movie versus the script, they're two different
Uh-huh.
things. One is an actual atomic breath, the
Okay.
other is just wind.
And no, it's not actually is that
No,
type of
it's
fire.
wind.
But
It's
also,
not.
if
No,
you're
no,
gonna
because
do that,
okay,
then
no, because when it's fire, the reason it's fire is because either a car explodes or there's already fire around the car.
but it's still power breath in anything. That's what
Yeah, but
they
it's still
want
not
to
an
say
atomic breath
anything breath.
though.
So
Unlike the later
it
power
actually
breath
is
we see in
atomic breath. Okay,
GTS
so then
or
if you're gonna
the
go off of that saying it's not atomic breath, then the Godzilla from the Millennia series didn't have the justicial atomic breath. It was fire
no,
coming
it's
out of
still
his mouth.
atomic breath. It's just a different color.
How can it be atomic breath if it's not looking like the sigil atomic breath that we're all accustomed to?
54's atomic breath
So
looks different from 62's atomic breath. Are we saying those are two different
not if
atomic
you look
breaths?
at the concept art, no, it's not because actually, if you look at the concept art of the
What about
movie, it's
Heisei
blue, and if
versus
you look at
54?
Heisei versus 54.
Yeah, those are two different
Um,
breaths, and they're two different Godzillas too. Are we saying that one
okay,
is an
so if you
atomic
look
breath?
at two different Godzilla, you basically say that no, it's not atomic breath if it's fire. Changing the color if it's
No,
not
the
blue
color
if it's
doesn't.
not
Well, so
flame.
does Shin Godzilla have an atomic breath then?
He does have the atomic breath because
But it's
it
a
doesn't
different color.
stain red and it doesn't stain fire. It's a different color, but it's
It's a
still a
different color.
laser
So
type of
wait,
thing.
no, but
So if you're gonna
it's not
do
a
that,
laser in 54 though. Like
yes, it
so,
is a
no,
laser in the Heisei series.
no,
If you
it's a
see it
laser. It's not
shooting
a
out, it's
no,
like
it's
a
not a laser
straight
in
line. It's not
54.
fire.
It's not a
Yes,
laser in
it is.
54. In 54, the first movie, it's a
Oh no, the
laser.
54. No, it's not. No, it's not. They're wrong.
Okay, I
I
was
thought
about
you
to
talk
say.
about like Millennia series and the
Well,
thing. I was
no,
like, wait a
because
minute.
again, the
Why do you
color
keep
doesn't
saying
really change.
54? Because I'm like,
Yeah, no, I'm
no,
saying 54
54. The
because
color is white.
yeah,
Is
well,
basically it was supposed to be like steam and stuff
it's
like that from
white.
like
It's
fire.
white because of the movie, but colorized
Actually, no, they actually
adaptations, it's
did say
blue.
that it's not really. If you look
Well, when
at
we see
the
the
cover
Boss
of the
Coffee
movie, it's
commercial,
actually
the
blue.
AG Subaraya
Dude, that's the
special video.
American. Dude, yeah,
No,
that's the American cut. It's not the
wait,
Japanese.
no. You're saying that
Because the
the
American
Boss
cut
Coffee
changed the
commercial.
color.
No. The Boss Coffee commercial where we see the 54 suit and it shoot atomic breath and it's blue. That's an
Bro,
American
dude,
cut.
that came out today, man. It's like coming out in
Coming out
modern day.
today.
It didn't come out
Yeah,
in that movie
it's yeah,
because
exactly. It's adapting what
it's an
Godzilla
ad.
54
So of
is.
course, yeah, but it's of course they're gonna have it shoot atomic breath
Also, what's it
nowadays
called?
because that's
In the
what everybody else
American
is used
cut, the
to.
American cut is still white. It's not blue in the American cut. Are you talking about Godzilla? Because
No, wait a minute.
that was the
Hold up.
Italian coloration that they did.
Okay, so yeah, okay,
54
so yeah,
in King
maybe
of the
that's what I'm
Monsters
thinking
is
about.
still black and white.
No, because I was like, wait a minute, because I know they did the American cut. There was some kind of color coloration because
No, no,
Godzilla
no.
was a bit browner in that one. So I was
No, no,
like,
no.
wait a
It's
minute,
still King of the
what's
Monsters is
this?
still black and white. You're thinking of
Okay,
Godzilla. It was that weird Italian coloration
all
of
right,
the film.
but also, I don't go off that coffee commercial because it's shoot in modern day. That's not the real actor. It's basically
Well, we're not
somebody
talking
because
about.
it's used
Well,
that in black
again,
and
we're
white
not talking
to
about
change
whether
the
it's a real
color.
actor. We're talking about the adaptation of the character, not like when it
The
was made.
adaptation is still different because it's shoot in modern day. They
Well,
can
then
change stuff.
what about in Godzilla: Descent of the Destruction God? We see the 2000 Godzilla shooting his atomic breath and it's blue instead of orange.
Wait a minute. Say that one more time.
In Godzilla, the pachinko game,
Okay, so
Godzilla:
now you're
Descent of the
going off a
Destruction
game
God.
and not a movie. So now you're going
There
off a
is
game and not a
no, because
movie.
literally they use the suits from the movies to make
Okay, so then if
these
you got
scenes,
okay, so
and they
then if
have
we're
a
gonna
blue
go off the
atomic breath.
game
So
and
are we
stuff
saying
like
that
that,
they're two different things?
I'm saying that yeah, they kind of are two different things. If it's
How are
not
they
the
two different
same
things?
thing that
Is it
okay, so
so does atomic breath have to be a specific color?
that's what everybody has to say it is. That's what you're
No,
saying it is.
I'm
It
not
always
saying it.
got to be blue because you're
No,
saying
it
you
does not
said that
always
from
have to be
the
blue.
original Godzilla is blue,
It
but
does not
it's
necessarily have
just
to be blue.
blue.
When have I ever said it
So
has
then
to be
why
blue?
are you saying that? Why are you bringing that up, saying that oh man, in the coffee commercial it's blue, so that means the original
Because you said
Godzilla's
it
atomic breath
wasn't.
was blue.
Because you said it was white.
Because it
In
wasn't blue, it was white in the original version
the
and the
black and
other
white
version that
movie.
came after that. Yeah,
So
but
like
dude, it's
again,
not blue in that concept. You can't
well
just put
also
on
what
an
about
O2
Godzilla
and
Raids
have it shoot
again?
new
In
breath.
Godzilla Raids again, the spray is white,
It's
but in later
still
incarnations.
white.
No, what about Godzilla versus King Kong versus Godzilla 62? It's the same Godzilla.
They changed it, man. In every Godzilla movie, they change it
So
from
then
blue to
why are you
lighter
hung
blue
up on
to white.
color? No, then why are you hung up on color for 2000 then?
Because you hung up on color of the atomic breath, saying that oh man, it's white, it's clear, so it's not
Again, no,
atomic
I'm
breath.
not hung up
But
on the
then you
color.
hung up on that color.
The reason we are hung up on
So
this
then
is
why
because you're
did you
saying a
bring it
power
up
breath is
then?
different. Because Godzilla's breath does not need to be a specific color, but it acts in a certain
Every
way.
Godzilla fan that I've seen talk about it has said that oh man, you just had the traditional
Am I every
blue atomic breath.
am I every Godzilla fan?
You are a Godzilla fan if you
No,
complain
no,
that
no, no, no. Am I
1998 is
every
not Godzilla
am I
because it
every
doesn't
God?
fit these
No, no,
type
no,
of
no, no, no,
color.
no, 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 no. Am I every Godzilla fan? I'm not saying that Godzilla's atomic breath needs to be blue. I made this very clear.
But you
So
are a Godzilla fan to an extent to is like that Godzilla fan that says that Godzilla has to look a certain way. He has to look
my points
exactly
aren't
like he's been
his.
looking over for like that.
Just because me and
I'm
him
talking
may
about
agree on
you said
something does
this
not
in your
necessarily mean we are the
tweet.
same thing.
Dude, but you're saying it in your tweets that Godzilla has to look like this. Godzilla
Yeah,
has to look like that. Godzilla
yeah.
has to look like this. He can't look any different
No,
than the
there can be
interpretation. But over
differences. We
time,
look from
so
54 to
over
singular
time,
point.
Godzilla
There can be
1998 is
differences.
still a difference. Yeah,
It's a
that doesn't
very
look like any
it's a
traditional
very
Godzilla
far
we've seen.
difference.
Yeah,
It's a
so then
very
after that, Godzilla 1998 is a far difference. It
It's
still
still
has that
different.
sense
So
of the
like
character.
Shin, Godzilla, Earth, singular point, they all look closer to 54 than Zilla looks to
No, they
54.
don't. If you look at 1954, Shin Godzilla does not look, and he does have the same body type and same
Okay, one
pose,
sec. Wait,
but it
one
doesn't
sec.
have the ears, it doesn't have the long teeth, and it doesn't have
The
that straight
98 doesn't
growth.
have
It has
ears.
more rows of teeth. It has more like what red little stripes on it. When
One
did
second.
1954 have red stripes on it? That's what I'm
Do
saying.
they
You
need to
said
be?
that they look
Sorry, you saying they
exactly
need to be?
alike.
No, I never said they were exactly alike. I said they're
You
closer.
said they had to look. They had to look
Yeah, they
somewhat
have to
like
look.
it,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
So
Shin
then,
looks
if you're
close.
gonna
No,
go off
Shin
of
looks
that,
closer to 54 than 98 looks to 54.
so then if you're going off of that, how
Yes,
come Godzilla 2014 and 2020 doesn't look anything like the Showa or Heisei or Millennia Godzilla? It's
they look
different.
closer to the Heisei and Millennium designs than 98 looks to any of those. Let's all be honest
If you
here. One
guys
sec.
say that, okay, yeah, I can say that Godzilla 1980 looks different from the Godzilla side, but
Okay,
it's still a
so
Godzilla to a
between
degree.
Shin 54 and 98, which does 98
Oh
look
yeah, I
closer to
actually got
54?
pictures of their bone structure too. And
What
also,
about
if
these
you
ones?
guys look, hold on, because I can't really see anything. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, tell me when you can
But
see.
anything,
Oh,
you know, so like I've seen your videos. I know that you try to put like a Zilla that's really bent over and stuff like
except
that
he
with his
always
tail
walks
up.
bent
I guess
over.
pictures.
No,
Yeah,
except he
but
always looks
also
bent over.
look at. But if anything, that's another thing. If you look at the anime series, that Godzilla's not bent over. If you saying that
And
it's the
if you've
sun,
watched
and
my video,
also if you,
if you look
yeah,
at my
but
videos,
dude,
then you'd also know
think
that I
about
like
it.
it more when Godzilla stands up
Okay,
like
now I
that.
see it. Yeah, but you
Yeah,
see that? That's not the Zilla design that it's standing up in, man. It also other things.
except
Because if you
98
look at
never
the bone
usually
structure
stands
that
up
I
straight.
have, Yes, he does stand up straight when he's jumping on
No,
that
he
building.
very rarely stands up straight. In most cases, he is
Yeah,
hunched
because
over.
basically he's crunched over. Yeah, because people are shooting missiles at him and gunshots.
So wait,
Would you
no.
be
Why
standing
would he?
straight up
Why?
if somebody's shooting at you?
Yeah, because I wouldn't want to get shot in the face if people are shooting at me from the ground. Why would I
Duh,
bring
dude.
my?
That's why he's crunching. That's why he's crunching down
So why
because
would wait? No,
basically
no,
he's
no,
getting
no.
shot
So
at.
okay, so no. All right, can you see my mouse cursor from here?
I
So
can kind of see it.
So if
Okay,
my
so
mouse cursor is here, why would I scrunch my head down like this if I'm getting shot here? Why would I not bring my head up here when someone has to shoot higher up? If my head is down
Okay.
here, why would I
So
do
then
that?
that brings the point to the movie about it being there. If you look at the movie, Zilla, yeah, you say that Zilla's crunched over, right? And
Mhm.
people, when they start shooting when he's at the fish scene, you saw how quick he ducked and dodged all that and then
Yeah, after
left
they already
because he
alerted
was
him to
getting
his
shot
presence
at.
instead of using
But then
missiles to
think
kill
about
him.
it. And then you said that Zilla randomly stares up. When they were shooting at that building and he heard that Zilla roar and saying that they killed him,
Yeah,
and
no,
he
wait,
came
wait.
behind them, he's standing
Yeah,
up
so when you
straight.
don't, no,
When
he's
he's
not
on that
standing up straight.
building,
He's coming
he's
out of a
standing up
building.
straight.
No, he's coming out
Yeah,
of a
but still,
building.
he's coming out
So
of a building, so he's standing up straight to get a
and no,
swing and
no,
kill
he's
him,
coming out of
right?
a. If he's coming out of a building, he's not standing up straight. He's using the building as
But it
support.
is
And then
okay.
after
So
he
then,
chases Weaver, the
uh-huh.
Echo, what's it called? Echo 4, I think it is, either Echo 4 or Echo 5. He's still hunched over
Just
again like he is. He's not standing up straight. I mean, we can watch the clips together if you want. Because he's not standing up straight after he has his little swipe and he's through a building. Or when he kills Echo 1 and 2, he's back down to the ground again. He's not standing up like he does in GTS, which I like in GTS because now he's more upright. But still, oh, nope, never mind. One sec. Don't worry, guys. He's not leaving. He didn't just rage quit on me. Hits his internet. Well, wait a second. I'll send him a text right now. Just wait a little bit. Excuse me. Oh shit, Zim on the attack. Thank you. Thank you. What's your take on the film? It's okay. It's nothing too special. And what's up in consequential gaming? Yeah, no, I love these kinds of debates. These are nice. What's up? The debate is on Godzilla 98 if you're wondering, Spooky Bones. So we're just waiting for him to get back in. In the meantime, how are you guys doing? Send me some questions while we wait for him to come back in, because that will help out a ton. Remind me to never get into a debate with you, Zim. Thank you. I'm having fun right now. This is really good. This is really interesting. We just need to get through a few things that just seem like there's a few misconceptions we're getting here and there, and sometimes we're kind of getting lost in the weeds, but that's kind of what we do here on the Zimcast. Just can't get lost in the weeds. How deep does this universe lore go? I always assumed it was just mindless popcorn fun. Oh boy. There is so many lores. My guy, if you just actually, let me do a banner for this real quick because he's still not in the back. I'm just gonna type this in for everyone who does not know this. Okay. So, that is my Discord, Zimzilla99 7775. So if you need to contact me there, it's the easiest way. I don't think we are. Are we on Discord together? Inconsequential. Because then I can send you all kinds of videos and explain stuff to you. Zim, are you going to GFest? Yes, I am. So excited. It feels like forever, and I'm super, super happy to be stoked to be going back to GFest. It's been a long time, and so I'm messaging someone to come back in because he said yeah about the internet. I was waiting for him. This may be something where we might have to cancel and just make it another night for debate. But I'm trying. He says he's trying. Okay. Right. Which says it's time to hang. As you always know, with me, and this should be to anyone else, I usually come into Chicago a couple days before the events actually take place. I do it so I can tour Chicago, like going to the Field Museum, the aquarium that's over there, something I really like doing. So to people who want to hang with me before the events or even during them, just let me know. And I know a couple of bars and stuff that are really good there. Going to try and make it as well. I need to see my boy again. Really, it's just great to me. I have to keep track. I have to have more. Fair enough. I definitely understand that. I just know it's the easiest ways for me to get a hold of people. It's kind of essentially like a better Skype for me. And that's kind of like how I feel when it comes to things. Drinks are on me. Drinks are on me. Ooh, I I can do heavy drinks. So I may not hold you to that promise because I may drink you under the table. No offense. Which actually, something up, send me the link again. Okay. He wants the link again, so I'm just gonna invite him back like that. What is it? I'll make the effort. This has me super interested. Yeah, no. There is one video that Matt's gonna need to bring back for me because it was like a beginner's guide for Toku, and I think that'd be the perfect video to get someone who really isn't into Toku and just kind of get into kaiju stuff and Toku in general. It would be perfect for you. And Matt will need to send me that because that is probably lost in the weeds. I don't remember the specific title. I want to say it was Intro to Tokusatsu, but I know it was on a panel Matt did, and we're gonna need to get that back. Got a lot of family lives in Chicago, so works for me better than anyone, to be honest. Yeah, no, that's actually awesome. I'm so excited to go back. It's like that 1 week where I'm not on social media as much. I'm just gonna get to decompress, enjoy my company with people. It's definitely my home away from home, and like one of those few times where I get like an actual vacation, as it were. Once I've been telling them to try that one. See if it works. But yeah, I'm definitely enjoying this back and forth. It's definitely a lot more adversarial than the last couple debates I've been having, and I'm just happy because I like the energy. It just flows really well. I always appreciate it. Something. No, that's the same one. I just got a different notification from him. So, scene. Okay, so he's seen the link, so just waiting for him. So is Godzilla stuff in Pacific Rim in the same universe? No, Pacific Rim is a different universe from the MonsterVerse Godzilla. MonsterVerse Godzilla is his own little thing. It keeps me stuck on loading. Okay, so on your end. Try getting a court. Okay. Entering broadcast. Yeah. Yeah, so he sent me an image. It just says he's entering the broadcast studio. It just looks like it's giving him some time. So what might happen is we might have to cut the debate short if like he can't rejoin. But I told him try to reset his router or try to get a like aux cord, not aux cord, like a cord to make his connection wired, because that's what I do for the streams. It just helps me stabilize things. So that kind of helps. Who be down for Pacific Rim and Godzilla crossover still? I'd still be down too. I like both franchises. I'm a little disappointed with how Pacific Rim's kind of gone, but it's still a fun series to me. Let's see what he says. He's just saying, okay. This is gonna probably be some more time. What can I ooh, I know what I can do probably. I can actually kind of like fill it with some dead air at the moment. Can kind of scroll through. I'm actually gonna show Instagram for a little bit of time, so that just so people can kind of know what's going on with something else that's happening, I guess, in the kaiju space. So let's just see how that. Yep, there we go. Okay, so let's me go to my there's my story on here. So let me go to post. Obviously, this is obviously Jake's kaiju, but the kind of main thing that is OC Kaiju April. So for the past couple of years, a bunch of us have been trying to like do every single day in April. We post a picture of a character's OC. There's a new roster this year, and these are just some of the pictures that are under the new sort of redone for it. And it's just sort of awesome that like we always keep on getting new community spotlights. We get to see all new creations, and people just kind of get to like see what's going on in the space. So, excuse me. This is the new set for monsters. Obviously, it's the 11th, so Jake's is going to be here. Hades is going to be next, and it's going to extend all the way to the 30th. Excuse me. Sorry. And these are actually some of the ones from last year, actually. So it's really nice that we got to do this again for another year. I keep trying. I want to be a part of this and like show the art off, but like with work and obviously trying to do the videos too, I just don't have as much time. But you know, it's really cool because my boy got some of his art and makes me big happy. But there is that. 1 second. There we are back. What's up, back now? Off topic, have you ever used Zimcast for Souls debates or discussions? Notice you take on Elden Ring and wanted to hear more. What's it called? No. I might be starting another channel. It's probably gonna be Zimziller, where I'm gonna be doing more stuff related to video games. So I'm gonna be doing I have an invasion video in the works. I do have an invasion video that I want to talk about and just the kind of cultural perception of invasions. But going back onto topic, what did he say? Still ain't working. We might have to try again later. I'm sorry for the inconvenience on my end. So either he's sorry for the inconvenience on his end, and that's fine. I don't have a problem with it being an inconvenience. It happens. Not everyone has the best internet in the world, so he's not ducking guys. If I hear anyone, if I see anyone saying, "Oh, you ducked Zim," I'm gonna beat you because obviously he's not doing that. I'm just telling him I'm gonna probably end the stream actually, and what we're gonna do is I'm gonna try to plan for next week, probably Sunday most likely. Actually, no, it's gonna be Monday probably again. But because I'm going to be going out with someone on Monday, probably hanging out with some peoples. So Sunday's out of the question. Monday again can probably work, and or Tuesday, or I can try again for Tuesday night. I may want to go out tomorrow. Yeah, one sec. He just responded again. Excuse me. Yeah, I'll try, and if it's not an issue, then I'll just let you know. And to be honest, it's my first debate. I was kind of nervous. I just said for it because I always wanted to do this. Yeah. 1 second again. I'm sorry I'm giving you guys such dead air. 1 sec. Okay. So, yeah, I'm just kind of getting things squared away with him. He's really happy to be on. I'm happy that he's on, regardless of how confrontational we're being. Unless I say otherwise, the energy is really there. It's passionate. I'd rather have someone who's passionate and kind of aggressive than someone who's apathetic, doesn't really care to be here. And that's kind of my whole thing on the matter. And again, this was like an hour's worth of content, so I'm happy that he was able to come on. But I'm just gonna have to rename the stream round 1, I guess. But yeah, no, this was good. I'm happy with this. The arguments he's been given, they're pretty good. Still some issues though, and I think that we need to keep on running through arguments, see what's going on. But I do like that we're having more people kind of debate in the kaiju scene. But I'm happy for everyone who did show up and kind of give me questions as we're kind of working through the problem. But I think that's going to be all for the night, guys. I will definitely, if this happens again, I'm going to have something else ready so that I may extend it out to a 2-hour thing. But since this was primarily a debate video / stream, and I wanted to get the whole thing with the last stream kind of just open air, I guess. I don't know. That's just kind of it. But again, thank you all for coming. He's happy to be on. I'm happy he was excited rather than just kind of angry about it, because I think a lot of people probably thought that he was angry. No, he's just excited, and I'm happy for that. Just being passionate is what I want on here, and that's probably all for it, guys. I'm rambling at this point, but you all have a good night. Thank you all for showing up for round 1. Spread the words, because this is not over. Round 2 will be coming up probably next week, Monday. So stay tuned. And as always, I'm Zimzilla, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a good one, guys.